Hello everyone, my name is Mariette and today I will be talking about my policy and solutions paper. I based it on the rise of mental health in adolescents. The rise in mental health in adolescents has been a rising issue in our community. There are many factors that contribute to it, such as social influence. Middle school and high school is a time where these behaviors might flourish and might lead to any mental health issues. That's why we must find a solution to avoid it. Mental health awareness among adolescents should be improved by finding as well as helping our youth through middle school and high school. A few issues that impact adolescents include genetics, increased use in technology, increase in bullying, and peer pressure. Although we may never find a cure for mental health, we can always find a way to avoid it and find a solution to it. When it comes to finding a solution, there are many factors that contribute to it. First, let's talk about genetics. Research has shown that genetics pass on, mental health does as well. So if you're noticing that the young youth in your life is experiencing some behavioral changes that are alarming, I would contact your primary provider and rule out any possibilities such as hormonal factors, since it's a huge part of their life in middle school and high school. In addition, make sure that you provide the doctor with any mental health history within the family, as it would help the provider a lot. Another problem would include increase in access to technology and increased bullying. These two are closely linked. Studies have shown that 1 in 4 U.S. students have been bullied at school or have been cyberbullied. Risk factors include being viewed different from peers, being socially isolated, hygiene, and disabilities. These factors could impact the youth in our life majorly, as they're gonna focus on all these flaws and not focus on their academics, not focus on things that are important, because they are too busy trying to be like the peers that are bullying them. Adolescents who are tormented, they have enormous chances of having academic problems as well as substance use in the future. This is a major part. These kids tend to not focus on their schools because they're hurt, or they're trying to be like everybody else, or trying to correct what everyone is making fun of them about. So their grades start going down, they start failing classes or skipping classes because they don't want to be in the same class as them. Depression kicks in, anxiety kicks in, and no one could function like that. And eventually, sometimes, and most of the times, the self-harming, because they want to escape that time where they're getting bullied, and they want to escape that feeling that they feel. And we want to try to avoid that. Ways we can prevent it is by communicating with them more, with our youth, finding ways for them to feel comfortable. You got to kind of find a way to make them feel comfortable to talk to you. I know at this age it's hard for adolescents to talk to any adult because they feel like we do not understand them. Little did they know we were that age one time. So you got to make them feel comfortable. You want to open up that communication line so they're able to tell you, things they want to tell you, such as like somebody's bullying them, or they got a new friend. You want to make sure that line of communication is open, because it's very important at this age. As well as make sure that you stay communicated with the school and the counselors, and let them know if anyone is bullying them, or any type of alarming situation at school, like failing grades, not going to class. And make sure that the school stays in contact with you, and make sure that they take care of the situation in the right manner, because if it's not taken care of in the right manner, the bullying could escalate and eventually either come into physical altercation, and we want to kind of avoid that, or the child that's getting bullied try to self-harm, and we never want that. We never want it to lead to that. Lastly is peer pressure. Peer pressure is one of the major factors that contribute to mental health within adolescents. Adolescents that are under a lot of pressure to gain approval from other teens or pressure to academically achieve. Peer pressure leads to them to influence to do many things just to be accepted, and which leads to a lot of adolescents to do drugs to be accepted because they want to be part of the cool group, or drink, or start to have having sexual intercourses with other peers or other friends, and we want to avoid that. Ways to prepare them is by building self-esteem and building that confidence. If they have that confidence and have that self-esteem, they know how to say no to things that they know that's not correct for their age or not correct at all. We should encourage them by trying new things. So if we notice that they have a friend that is encouraging them to do drugs and they have communicated with you about that, let's encourage them to find new friends. Encourage them maybe to help this friend stop doing what they're doing and get help. We want to help them feel confident enough to be the bigger person in the situation. Another way is being that role model of how confidence acts. So if the adolescents in our lives see us being confident and see us acting that way, sometimes, majority of the times, they want to be like us. So that's a major part. And lastly, I've said this, I think the last 2 times, communication lines are very, very important. Having code messages, especially with our teens that go out with their friends a lot, go to parties, it's a major must. Having a code will help your child get out of being embarrassed or being involved in something they don't want to be involved with, without them feeling like they're the chicken or their friends calling them names. And that's very important. All these factors are all closely connected to each other. They all lead to a lot of mental health within our adolescents, and it's been a rise for the last 10 years. We want to avoid that our youth fall into the cracks of depression, anxiety, and worse, self-harming. It is up to us to do the correct thing and avoid anything that could lead up to that. Our youth is our future, so we must provide them with a backup. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a good week. Bye.